Welcome to the One Decision Away podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman, an entrepreneur, author, content creator, and founder of Kellyanne Cares. This is your space for mindset shifts, personal growth, wellness over 40, productivity, my favorite, and creating a life that feels aligned and intentional. Here we talk about real experiences, reinvention, new chapters, and what it actually takes to rebuild, refocus, and move forward with clarity. Every day you have the opportunity to make a new choice, and that one choice can change everything. Because you're one decision away from a completely different life. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the One Decision Away podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. Now, if you're new here, this is my very first day recording a first official episode for this podcast. However, I just recorded my last episode of the Kellyanne Cares podcast that just turned 9 years old. I know, crazy. So welcome back if you're coming from that show, because I just posted my last episode. Now, if you know nothing about me, I'm 48 years old. I'm the founder of my own brand called Kellyanne Cares, which basically I'm obsessed with getting women organized so that they can become productive and they can just go live their best life, whether it's personally, professionally, or both. And I wrote about it in a book titled Everything is Messy, which I released in the middle of the pandemic. I am also the author of Coloring Collins, which is a children's coloring book collection. I have 3 out right now. They are ABC Fruits and Veggies, there's Unicorn, and there's Space. A 4th is coming specifically for autistic children, and then my adult collection is coming. I love iced coffee. I love recording in the morning because that's when I'm actually alive. I love multitasking. I am the queen at that. I wish you could see what I look like right now because I'm in my unmatched pajamas. I have a large iced coffee I made at home because I'm a huge fan at making delicious coffees at home. Iced specifically, and I have my eye patches on. My head is in a hair mask, and I have this Clarins face mask on, which is like a white clay, like a white creamy mask, and you're just supposed to put it like under your eyes down. It's for puffiness. It's basically supposed to like snatch your face, but I put it on my whole face because like why not? And you have to leave it on for like 10 minutes, and then you're supposed to like massage it up. I hope this is like a great visual for you, just so you could get a little glimpse into my life. I'm also going to go do my vibrating session after this because I was just diagnosed with lipedema, and so that is excellent for that, lymphedema as well. But I have been vibrating for years, and being over 40, I can tell you menopause has wrecked me and rebuilt me, and I'm here to share all the tea on that. I have always been vocal on my past show about going through menopause and cancer scares and being misdiagnosed and all of that stuff. But you know what? Like, life is short, and I know that I'm here for a reason. And I've always been saying this online. I'm a content creator. I love working with like the best brand. When I find a good brand, you better believe I'm plastering that shit all over the internet. Whether it's beauty, skincare, health and wellness, food, a home product, and I'll get into that later. But I just wanted to say hello and welcome, and I'm so excited to have you here. I'm also a business development strategist, so if you are looking to grow your business and brand, contact me because that is also my specialty. I'm obsessed with showing you how you can repurpose your content, how you can monetize your brand without having to physically be on your A game like all the time. For example, like batching content, it will save you time, money, and energy. There's tools I use that are free. There's tools that I use I pay a monthly fee for, things like that. Whether you are looking for a new morning and evening routine, I'm obsessed with that as well. In my journal, which is color-coded, by the way, I started doing that when I was going through chemo years ago because I had chemo brain. That's a real thing. It still lingers with you to like years later. I still have it to this day sometimes. And I couldn't remember anything, so I had a color code. So still, I color code everything. And my morning and evening routine is yellow because those are like mandatory. So I meditate, I do my sound bath. I've been doing sound healing for I think 6-7 years now, maybe 6 years. I journal, I walk, I read, I stretch, I oil pull, I hydrate, I use all the good supplements, I do my vibrating plate like I just mentioned, and now I'm getting into weights. I'm on a mission to find this other small pink weight that I can't find around the house, but I'm also trying to get some kettlebells, a rebounder, and those ropes that you see all over TikTok that, it's like a short rope and it's like for your arms. I need to work on that. I do TikTok shop. I have 2 different accounts. One is going to solely focus on that now, and the other one, and helping other TikTok shop affiliates work with brands. And then the other one, that's my Kellyanne Gorman official account. My Everything is Messy account is more like wellness, rebranding your life, like kind of based on the show. So I'm trying to figure out if I should switch my username. It's just so confusing because everything is Kellyanne Gorman official, and then I have that one TikTok, Everything is Messy. But now I have the One Decision Away podcast and Substack. So I have to figure that shit out. Now, if you've been following me on my Everything is Messy TikTok, you would know that I just shared the entire rebrand, well, not even rebrand, the branding process, the building process, the layout, the content creation, the storyboarding, the producing, the production, all of that behind the scenes is on my TikTok. I shared it all. I've actually written, produced, developed, marketed, monetized, all the things having to do with podcasts. This is my 31st show because when I first launched my first show back in 2017, about a month into it, all these other women who are online coaches were asking me how I did it. So I ended up putting together programs and services which allowed me to become the brain and help them launch and create and develop their own show. During the pandemic alone, I did 9 plus mine, so 10 shows. Then I was in the middle of 6 different medical malpractice legal cases where I represented myself and closed them in record timing in 18 months so that I could legally say their names, which is on my other show. And maybe I'll bring that episode over here one day, but maybe not. Yeah, probably not. And it's just been a wild ride. I cried my eyes out about an hour ago recording my last episode. And now I'm so excited because I'm here with you here. Like, it's so weird, this feeling. I'm staring at my vision board and my white storyboard, which is how I put this entire show together. I knew I wanted something fresh. I knew I needed something new. I needed a whole new vibe. I'm closer to 50 than I am 40, and I'm petrified of getting older. I know I have a lot of content creator friends who are pro-aging, and I can't hop on that bus just yet. It scares me. I have PTSD. Not like I think I'm always dying, but, which I don't think that, but I feel like I just missed such a huge chapter of my life, going through so much trauma and being sick and now getting diagnosed with something else again. It's just like a lot of triggers come up and it's just like a lot. And so how can I make this better for me, but also others? And that is how I launched my very first podcast back in 2017. I was told I had MS and NMO, which is basically a disease where you're going to become blind and paralyzed. And so at the end of the day, what I would have left is my voice. I need my voice to make me money. So I just started a podcast. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I was uploading video files instead of audio. You know when your smoke alarm keeps going off because you can't change the battery because you don't have a ladder tall enough to reach it? That little annoying ass beep, that was happening. That was in my intro because I didn't know how to produce yet. Like all these learning curves, right? But I just launched it. I knew I had a story to share. And that's when my brand was called the Happy Workaholic Podcast. And so that was all about business, LinkedIn, and my life with an autoimmune disease because I was a LinkedIn coach at that time. And by the way, if you ever want a LinkedIn session, contact me because I'm still very passionate about LinkedIn. It's completely changed my life and the career path I had with my previous podcast, which was heard in 118 countries. So let's see if we can beat that. 120 countries. The show is going to be different because I'm going to be more real and raw. It's probably going to be a lot more emotional. The menopause shit is here. I'm over it. I don't want to age, but I am. I look in the mirror. I see somebody different. I feel inside like my 35-year-old self, but on the outside, I can now see that I'm getting older and I feel like shit a lot of the time, which then turns out to be this lymphedema diagnosis. So that's great. I have that. I had a couple scares of cancer over the last couple of years. But I'm good with that. I get tested over and over again. And it's just a lot, you know. I was trying to write my second book after everything is messy, and the healing and the grief chapters, like I could not get through them. And then I fell into a deep depression. Then I started coloring with my friend's daughter, and then I ended up creating a coloring book collection. So that's actually how Coloring Collins was born. And still to this day, I'm not even going to think about trying to finish that book just yet, because I'm still living through grief. I'm still living through trying to heal. So while I'm in it, like I can't write about it. I can write how I feel, but not like coming through on the outside at the end and seeing the rainbow like I did in my last book. So a couple things you can expect while you're here is this noise, because I love my delicious iced coffee. I don't over edit or over produce my shows at all. What you see on the internet is how I am in real life. I'm going to swear, so don't listen to me around your little kids if they don't like to swear or you don't want them to hear swear words. I am 100% completely an open book. I'm very raw and transparent. I'm very emotional. Hello, menopause. How many times do I have to mention that? It has just been a wild ride. And I never thought I'd be here. And I keep having dreams about moving back to Manhattan. And now that the Knicks won, like my whole feed is New York. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be back in New York City running around and then retire in the Hamptons. Who knows? It's way too humid there. But I live in Las Vegas. I have had my business for more than a decade. I'm extremely passionate about helping women, honestly, just feel good and level up. So if you are ready to get organized, to become the most productive version of yourself, I'm your girl. If you're looking for habits, routines, more products to try, I try them all so you don't have to. This mask is making me cough. It's very fragrant. Like when I first put this Clarins mask on, oh my God, it was like I was immediately standing back at the prescriptive counter I manage, which was an Estee Lauder makeup line, in Macy's in Rhode Island, where I'm originally from. So every now and then you'll hear my accent, even though I haven't been there in like 15 years. I'm in Vegas. I travel the world. I've worked on over 60 cruise ships and super yachts. Yes, I lived the below deck life before cameras were rolling. Thank God. I've had decade-long NDAs I had to sign that I'm out of now. I was a pro makeup artist for more than a decade, traveling the world. I'm so grateful for all of those opportunities I've had. I worked in private aviation after that for a while. I still do dabble sometimes. Like if somebody needs a charter plane, like they'll call me at 2 a.m. and I make magic happen. That just happened a couple months ago from, I forget where now, somewhere in Europe. And I've always had my hands on a lot of projects. I'm very creative. I'm very passionate. You could always tell by my voice whether or not I'm like telling the truth, because I'll laugh if I'm lying, or I'm just like, you hear the passion in my voice, and I get really loud and I swear, and I love what I do. One of my coaching programs, it's called Messy to Momentum. If you're ever looking for personal coaching, business development, we could always work together. But my focus here is to share stories of mine and also experts and other women going through over 40 life, because it is something that nobody has ever told us. Maybe you'd experience it with your mother or an auntie or somebody else in your life, but like when your body is physically changing, your hormones, your fucking headspace, your life gets flipped upside down, your business and brand come crashing down. Maybe it's growing faster and you can't handle those like growth struggles. Like there's so much shit that just, it's never ending. And you have to just, at the end of the day, ask yourself, like, what do I want? What the fuck do I want to do for the rest of my life? Or for this chapter right now? Because I've pivoted my podcast, my brand, my business. I've done so many things my entire life that has brought me to right here. I basically saved my own life after getting overdosed with chemo. I have survived 6 medical malpractice legal cases in the middle of the pandemic while working on 10 different podcasts and my book in San Diego, not getting arrested because I wanted to be outside and walk the beach. Like, that's a lot. A lot of it's kind of blocked in my mind still, like PTSD, and that was just a hard time for everybody. I talk about these things like it was yesterday because I just like, I feel like I have no sense of time lately, but like time is money, and like the only thing you're ever going to miss out on is time. And that like also petrifies me because I'm getting older. So time is money. So this show, I talk fast. We're getting shit done. I'm going to give you homework every day. I want to share a series with you. Multiple series I have already mapped out. Guest experts, women I find on the internet that own their own business, women I find on the internet that are so inspiring and motivating to me. I want you to hear about. And if maybe you're one of them, come pitch me and let's chat. I'm going to, I think, do live guest interviews on Substack. So the home of the show is now on Substack. So if you search the One Decision Away podcast on Substack, you will find so much more about me there. And that's another way where you can support the show is to subscribe on your favorite podcast app, but also subscribe to my Substack, and everything will always be in the show notes, just so you know. All the brands I'm currently working with that I'm obsessed with, my books, Everything is Messy, and the Coloring Collins coloring book collection. I also did something different this year with the coloring books. They're all on Amazon, but I did a digital version, a bundle. It's not even $10. I think I priced it at $9.97 so that you could, did I mention this already to you? I can't remember because I just recorded my last show for the Welcome to my world and my brain. And I do have 3 pages of notes in front of me, by the way. Anyway, everything you need to know about me will always be in the show notes, but the way that you could support the show is always leaving reviews so that other women can find it, and follow the show on your favorite podcast app, but also Substack. I'm going to be writing a lot more there, and that's where I think I'm going to hold the guest interviews live. I'm really like getting pulled towards that, but definitely subscribe because I'm going to be posting maybe some new recipes, some new brand deals for you so that you could get discounts on more of my favorite brands, and you could shop on my links. I get a kickback from that, so that's a way of you supporting the show, but also you're getting a discount and free shipping. That's usually the deal that I work out with all of these brands. Oh my God, this face mask is so fragrant. Why am I like, that's another thing with menopause, is your sense of smell like heightened, like so heightened. I remember when I was going through steroids and chemo years ago, that was a thing. Like I could smell shit from like a mile away. But I just want you to know that I am going to be so honest and so raw on this show that if you've been following me online for the last decade, you're going to be like, oh my God, because I'm just giving it all to you because I want to help you and also help myself, because podcasting is very therapeutic to me. Writing is very therapeutic to me. So I'm helping myself first. Like I said, always help yourself first before you can go help anybody else. You need to do the work on yourself first so that you can go help anybody else or be the best version of yourself around anybody else. That's it, point blank. So if you're willing to do the work, you can literally change everything. And you are always one decision away from a completely different life. And that is why I have created this entire show, because I want to help as many women as I possibly can get through this next chapter of their life, but like in a fun and like real way. Like we're going to shoot the shit. We're going to swear. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're going to fucking live our lives to the fullest somehow without having an emotional breakdown. Okay, please hold for a coffee sip. Also, I want to share with you how you can make money in your sleep, like passive income. My favorite brands I work with right now, I'll just give you like the rundown of just a few because I love them and I literally use them every single day. And whenever I have a new brand I usually use it for a little bit before I even introduce it to the world because I have to do my own research. Hello. Let's start off with makeup. Since I shared, I'm a retired pro makeup artist. Makeup and skincare. I, like I said, have been doing TikTok shop for like 2 years. I have 2 different accounts and I am obsessed with Korean skincare. Now, if you follow me online, you know that already. But I'm also obsessed with clean beauty. So one of the brands I've been using for a couple years now is called lipedema. They have this infamous foundation and sunscreen. It's SPF 50. It's only 4 ingredients. It has been dermatologists and oncologists not only tested but approved. Did I say 4 mineral ingredients? It's translucent, it's buildable, it's SPF 50. It's like hands down best in the market, worth every fucking penny. They also have a color line. Now, as a retired pro makeup artist, I'm super picky about pigment. And, you know, when the fads started and all the companies started coming out like years ago, like clean makeup, vegan, cruelty-free, like all that shit, I was like, I'm never wearing that because and at that point, I think I was going through chemo and I was like, if I'm going to die, it's from this drug. It's not from like my fucking mascara. You know what I mean? And that shit gives me so much anxiety. That Yuka app, I do have it on my phone, but it's just like PTSD. It's too much sometimes. So I love pigment. And I also love a 5-minute face. So if you're into skincare and makeup, like we're going to be best friends because that's like my passion too. And cooking in the kitchen, because my book, Everything is Messy, is a personal growth book, but scattered throughout is all my favorite recipes. It's like a 2-in-1. Well, it is a 2-in-1. It's not like, it's an absolute 2-in-1 book. And they're all vegan. Am I vegan? No. Was I then? Yes. Your body changes like literally every day once you're over 40. So I just like, if you listen to old episodes on my other show, like I'm probably eating vegan one day and like meat carnivore the next. Like it's insane what your body, you just always have to listen to your mind, body, and soul at the end of the day, and it will guide you in the right direction. I'm also a huge manifester, visualizer, and I'm all into abundance, and I'm all into getting the life that you truly deserve to have, which is why I'm so passionate about what I do. But going back to the makeup. So pigment is so hard to find in clean beauty. Well, it was. Then I found La Belladonna. Now, how I found this line was my client actually was working for them. I think she was their vice president. I'm not sure. Anyway, she now has, and then I ended up developed her podcast. Now she's a huge pro-aging content creator, and she also has a Substack. She goes by the Beauty Debut. Claudia, hello, if you're listening. She introduced me to that line. Cut to a couple of years later, and I was living in San Diego when I met her, and she was in Vegas. I'm like, oh my God, I used to live in Vegas. I think we connected on LinkedIn first because I ended up rebranding her entire LinkedIn. And then she hired me for her podcast. I think that's how that happened. And then we hung out in Vegas once or twice on coffee dates when I would come here and visit my friends. And now I'm back here living. And she's everywhere living her best life. She's phenomenal. And I hope one day I can get to the pro-aging where she's at, but mentally and physically, I am not there. So maybe she can come on and share some thoughts because she is very good at literally everything she says is like amazing. And I'm like, I just want to get to where she is. She started getting a really big following during the pandemic when she was growing out her hair. So she's like, she grew out all her gray hair. So no more extensions, dyes, all that. So she goes by the Beauty Debut. Shout out Claudia. Now, years later, now that I'm living here, she's like, hey, do you want to be a part of our photo shoot? So it was like for a holiday campaign. And it was so weird because like I was a model. And so I got all this product and the owner's amazing. And I actually want to have her on the show. And I love their line. It's called La Belladonna. And you can shop their site with using my discount and you'll get free shipping. The link will be in the show notes if you want to look at anything else. But I use 2 of their palettes every single day, a neutral one. And I have this like monochromatic orange brick vibe to go with my hair. And all my colors I get from them. Literally almost all my makeup is theirs. And then I have other things that I sprinkle throughout other brands that send me stuff and I try it out. But La Belladonna is hands down my favorite. A serum I've been using for the past couple of years is called Procera Dose of Glow. It's a vitamin C serum and it will brighten, tighten, and hydrate all in one. And fortunately and unfortunately, they have to close their doors at the end of this month. But unfortunately, and then fortunately, which by the way, it's such a sad story and so annoying. People are just assholes sometimes. If you go on their Instagram, you can find the whole story out. But they have a huge sale going on, so you can use my discount code and get their last products. It's the best serum like I've ever used. It has aloe in it, hyaluronic acid. It takes away my sunburns. Like it's amazing, and your skin will just glow. Moving on to supplements. Aloha is plant-based protein. My Moon Brew is my magnesium supplement that I sleep, like deep sleep. Even I sleep on 30 pounds of crushed crystals from my Sunday Citizen blanket, and I sleep to an 8-hour sound bath, and I drink Moon Brew. And that is how you will get the best night's sleep of your life, especially if you're going through menopause. And those are brands that I love working with. And Brain MD, I finally got a discount code for because I've been working with them on TikTok Shop for a while, but Their products are phenomenal. If you're not familiar with Dr. Daniel Amen, he is actually a psychiatrist that has scanned over, like, with his eyes, scanned over like over 300,000 brain scans from a lot of well-known celebrities, and he'll show you the trauma in your brain, whether it's PTSD, if you're an alcoholic, if you're a drug addict, stress, anxiety, depression, all that shit inflames your brain. It's insane. And saffron is a supplement. I've learned, not supplement, spice. Saffron is so expensive. During the pandemic, I've told this story so many times. I would literally get it in a lockbox at my favorite international market in San Diego, behind the register, from a manager only that had the key. Like, because people were just stealing shit everywhere because we were in the middle of a pandemic. And I needed my saffron because it helped with my depression. And I would go with my mask on and all of these things. Cut to a year ago, a client, now friend of mine, was like, oh my God, you need to try this Happy Saffron Plus. I'm like, oh my God, that's so weird. I stopped taking saffron for a little bit, but I used to sprinkle it in my tea and drink it all the time because his doctor. It was his line. I was like, what? So immediately I was like, give me all the Happy Saffron Plus. But then I discovered he has an entire supplement line, which I probably have had half of it already. And I'm so impressed. It's all for your brain health. I have protein, I have magnesium, I have energy, I have L-theanine, I have gummies, powders, pills, all of it. So if you're into that kind of thing, BrainMD is my favorite supplement line right now. And I'm just obsessed. And when I'm in the kitchen, I'm always using my Milford spices that are super clean, seasonings and spices. And a couple months ago, if you follow me online, you would have noticed that I got a whole kitchen revamp of Ninja kitchen products as well as Shark products at home, a cooler, fans, the misting fans, like everything. I'm obsessed with their products. So I finally was able to get you a discount, which most likely will give you free shipping as well. And making money passively is what I'm also really passionate about. In your sleep, when you wake up and you wake up to money in your bank account, like, what is better than that? I use this tool called repurpose.io that repurposes all of my content. So basically, if you're watching my TikTok, if you're watching my YouTube shorts, a video, you find me on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram Reels, on Threads, that's actually a TikTok video. So I've created a whole entire marketing funnel using repurpose.io. It sends my one video everywhere. So I'm just filming once. So when you do things like that, you gain a larger following on all of your platforms. You get more brand deals. You can share your story to others so that it can help them if that's what you're trying to do. If you have a business, you're going to make more money because more eyes and ears are on your content, which is amazing. And it takes like 5 minutes to set it up. And I have the hiccups, and I have a code for 2 weeks off. It'll be, oh my God, hiccups in the show notes. I get the hiccups when I talk really fast, and I'm just so excited to be recording a brand new show on a brand new podcast for the first time in 9 years. It's fucking wild. That's what it is. And then lastly, Fetch Rewards. If you are not using Fetch Rewards, you are missing out. Fetch Rewards is free. You take pictures of your receipts. You then get points. Those points get accumulated to a gift card. Where is the gift card for? Wherever you want to shop. Lately, I've just been getting Visa gift cards, but normally I would get Amazon. But I haven't spent any of my own personal money shopping on Amazon in almost a year. No joke. And if you don't want to take pictures of your receipts, just link your accounts where you're shopping. So Target, Walmart, your grocery store, anything else where you shop online, it'll like just digitally do it for you. And then share your affiliate code. Like my affiliate code is FUF9B. That will give you 2,000 points to start. Your affiliate code will be given to you as soon as you sign up, and give it to every single person you meet. You will have free groceries. You will have free shopping on Amazon. You will have free dinners at your favorite restaurants. You will have free Visa gift cards. I cannot be any more passionate about Fetch Rewards. Just the last 2 weeks, I made $100 by literally taking pictures of my receipts and sharing my code, which is, again, these work hand in hand with repurpose.io, because if I'm filming a TikTok sharing my FUF9B code for Fetch Rewards, anybody can see that on Pinterest, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Threads, or wherever else it is getting repurposed, LinkedIn, anywhere. So people are constantly downloading the app for free, no strings attached, using my code that gives you a huge bump in points, 2,000 points, because each receipt is 25 to thousands of points, depending on what it is, and scanning and earning. It's that simple. And again, waking up with money in your account is amazing, which is why I love creating digital products that will make you money passively. My coloring books that are on Amazon, my personal growth book, Everything is Messy, my next book, the digital products that I've created alongside of the book, a new planner I'm trying to figure out if I want to create, whether or not I want to do that. I don't know, because I have other coloring books in the works, but I really want to focus on this show and Substack. But I have a whole vision board I'm staring right at, and when I film it, I have these little Post-its that say top secret on it, because I like to just show my life to the world and forget I should keep something secret. So I also have affirmations. I say them out loud every single morning when I wake up before caffeine is in my mouth. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm just excited to have you here. What time are we at? 30 minutes. That's pretty good for the first show. That's a little glimpse into my life, what I plan on talking about on the show, where you can find me online. Everything is going to be in the show notes, but please, to support the show, the first episode is so important to get it out to the masses. And I know this for a fact because this is my 31st podcast that I have developed. And if you could go to Apple Podcasts, that's the most important, or Spotify, wherever you're listening, leave a review for the show. If you screenshot and tag me on Instagram at Kellyanne Gorman Official, I will send you a book digitally to your inbox, and just as a little thank you. But please subscribe to the Substack, the one and only thing that is like the most important tied to the show. You can find it at the One Decision Away podcast. Everything, again, will be in the show notes. My link tree is kind of like the hub for everything. So if you go to everythingismessy.com, that will lead you there. I'm working on different domains because it's easier to say things with the .com than like just show notes. But this podcast I did quickly, purposely, because I really just needed it in my life. And I wanted to close one chapter to start another, and I don't like to sit on things because I already sat on it for months trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to end that show. So if you're here from the Kellyanne Cares podcast, I'm so excited to have you back. If you're brand new and you're just learning about me, I'm so excited to meet you. Connect with me online. Let me know you heard the show by reviewing the show and sharing it to your friends, your family, or anybody in your following that you think would need this information. Also helps me as a podcaster and helps everybody else that is looking for this type of information. The more times you tag and share and all of that fun stuff. But most importantly, I'm here to help you level up alongside what I'm currently doing in my life now. So if you are over 40, you are trying to get organized, you want to become more productive, you're going through menopause, you're having a midlife crisis, you're having the best life ever, but you want more, this is your show. I am not fucking around on this show. I feel like I am ready to finally take off. I don't know where I'm going at, but you're going to be with me for along the ride. Thank you so much for listening. Again, go to everythingismessy.com. That will bring you to my link tree. All my links are there. Visit the show notes for more exciting announcements and links if you want to go shop any of the brands I just talked about, because those are the ones I'm currently loving at the very moment of this time, this day. You're going to get a discount and you're probably going to get free shipping. And if you have any questions about working with brands or any of the brands I mentioned, like, again, obviously you can hear by my voice, my passion, my accent, like I'm an open book. I'm here to help you while I'm helping myself in the meantime. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. I don't know. That's it. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful. I'm going to finish my iced coffee. I am going to hop on my vibrating plate and manifest a rebounder, a red light machine, a rope thing for my arms, my kettlebell, my walking vest. Those are the next products. Hopefully you'll be seeing me promote on my TikTok shop. So I got to get those samples in because I really, really, really want them for my lipedema shit. And I'll be talking more about that later too. Okay, bye.